What's going on, everyone? Hopefully you can hear me okay. I use a little bit of a different audio setup, but nevertheless, here we are. Let's get right into it. So the Fed Jerome Powell is not, well, at least there's no indications that he will be lowering the interest rates. So what does all of that mean for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, the whole gambit for all things real estate, and even people who are looking to refinance debt, get loans, etc. Well, depending on the side of the fence you're on, it could be bad news, right? In terms of if you bought a deal and you need to be able to refinance it, well, looks like you're gonna have to hold it a little bit longer before you could do the refinance, which that's nails on chalkboard for most real estate people. And maybe if you're looking to buy a house right now, well, that actually might be a good thing, because less competition means that sellers are going to have to come to the negotiating table with they're going to have to acquiesce to whatever your demands are. So this is the time, if you're a buyer, you are gaining ground for sure. So if you're in position to be able to strike and execute, I recommend you get aggressive with your offers. I would not recommend paying list price. If you fall into the camp to where, this is painful, if you're already in the market, or if you already own some real estate like myself, to be quite honest, this is not news I wanted to hear per se, but for me, it just means that I'll just hold a little bit longer. I'm in no rush at this point, so I'll just ride it out and wait for a good time to be able to refinance, to move some equity around. So that's kind of where we're at. I wouldn't sound the alarm and be panicked. It just means that your numbers have to be, you gotta really execute with surgical precision when you're underwriting deals. This is not easy money. This is where the pros come out and play in this environment. And this is where you can still make a lot of money, because of interest rates are so high. Most people sit on the sidelines and get scared because they see mainstream media, pushing a lot of fear and things of that nature. Really, this is the environment you want to be out there buying and taking advantage of all the deals, because you can take your time, you can really evaluate the offers and make sure the properties are, to your liking. What do I recommend if you're trying to get into the market? Well, the fundamentals are still the fundamentals. You still got to know your numbers. You still got to, know when to walk away, basically. You got to know when to walk away. You never want to get into a deal because you feel like there's pressure, or you have some type of FOMO or something of that nature. You want to make sure that you are equipped to be able to handle it, and, it cash flows day one. So meaning you buy the deal, you don't sink another dime into it, and you're still making money. And if you're asking, well, what's a good cash flowing number? Personally, and this is what a mentor of mine said as well, and I even know Minority Mindset, he also likes this, but 7 is a solid number. I think 7 is a solid number. Is it hard to find? Maybe, but maybe it means you got to just search a little bit harder. Maybe be even willing to get outside of your market, and go look for it. But 7 is just a good, solid number. Like my mentor told me, it's not 5 and it's not 10. So hopefully that gives you some insight and helps you be able to make decisions. Like I said, I would not sell right now unless you are just in a bad situation. Even still, I would find a way to rent it out and just ride this out. Because if you sell, depending on when you bought it, you could lose money. If you've owned your home for a long period of time and you're up no matter what, I don't think it matters. And you got the area, schools, all that stuff going for you, I don't think it matters. I think you'll still be in good shape. But for all of the rest of us, I think you need to be very cautious on selling, because you're going to take a haircut, and one that's you're not going to want to do. So rather than being, I think for the investors like myself who got in around 2020, 2021, we got in at really cheap money, the debt. By the way, that's what that means when someone says that, cheap money. It means like you were able to get debt for low cost. I think when I bought my first house, I want to say I was at like 5%. I could be wrong. 5%, which is still low. I mean, most people would take a 5% now. But during 2021, I was able to get a property for 3%, which is, we'll probably never see that again. And that's okay. I got in, did what I need to do, you know, so hopefully I can at some point do a refinance and be able to move some things around. But at any rate, I just rent it out and wait. Don't be in a rush. That's the number one thing I've learned in investing. You have to be patient. Patience wins out. It really does. Take your time. Don't let anyone bump you off your square. You know, get going with it and so forth. So that's what I would recommend. Not too much else that I really have to say about the matter. It's just, you know, the cream rises to the top. So if you're not in position and you're like, who cares what the interest rates are? I'm poor. Well, yes, you wouldn't care. But these are good. You need to learn the information now. If it's one thing I've learned is that don't wait to get money to learn. Start your learning now. Start it today. Learning how to develop systems, processes, learning about the ins and outs of real estate or the stock market or creating a business. Learn that stuff now. Learn how to read an expense sheet. Learning how to understand what it takes, your bottom line, you know, all those types of things. What, I don't know, just learn about the business of business before you actually have to get into it, whether it be real estate, stock market. Study now. Don't wait till you have money and think you're going to just be educated. You can just have money and lose a lot of money. Make it a dumb decision. So, you know, a lot of people think, oh, I'm poor, I'm never going to have this and they're going to have that. That's not true. And if you think like that, well, maybe you'll be like that for the rest of your life. You don't want that. You want to be able to do well, even if you only have $10 at the end of the month. I mean, that's $10 to the positive. Always got to start somewhere, even if you dollar cost average, which is the way I recommend people. And if you are wanting to get into real estate and you're like, I don't have a $10,000 down payment, okay, fine. Start in the stock market. You can invest $10, $50 into the stock market every, you know, at the end of the month or something like that. Do something. Start now. Get creative. Do what you have to do to make it. Because like I've said in previous videos and like I'll continue to say, it's not getting easier. No one's coming to save you. So don't let the interest rates and things like that weigh you down. There's a lot of things in the world happening right now. And not to sound cold or not to sound like, you know, we shouldn't be concerned or anything like that, but once you know the information, you acknowledge it, and you could pray if you believe in God, and then tomorrow you got to get up and go to work and take care of your family. So that's my advice. Stay on the course. Just keep trucking along. Pay attention. You know, have your peripheral. You know, and keep moving forward. But don't get wrapped up in the distractions. Stay focused on the task at hand, and that is providing a financial freedom for you and your family, so you don't have to stress or be tied down to a job that you don't want to be. Anyways, I'm rambling now, but that's my advice. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel out and it helps with the growth. Thank you so much. Bye.